Here I am with the Senior Director of Online Marketing, Eric Ludwig of Rosetta Stone. Also sitting with me is Dennis Yu of Blitz Local. Thanks for joining me, gentlemen. We want to talk specifically about your campaign with you're working together. Tell me a little bit about the relationship, and then let's get into some of the success you've seen.
Sure. So at Rosetta Stone, one of the things that we're certainly trying to do is to transform the marketing machine that we have from just a place where you'd find yellow boxes in the airports and at kiosks and some retail locations into a comprehensive multi-channel program that includes a strong social component. And so certainly we're here at this conference to continue to work with some of the best people in the industry in search, display, and in social. And so Dennis and I have had the chance to work together for some time now, and Blitz Local as well as Web Trends are agencies that are helping us with transforming our social programs. You want to talk a little bit about what we're doing?
Well, Rosetta Stone is a public company, so we can't talk about revenue figures, but I can tell you that through some of our joint efforts and Eric's team, we've been able to grow some mass awareness on Facebook. I think, did we start out at 7,000 or 8,000 fans on Facebook?
Exactly. About 7,000 fans as of early September. And with some joint agency work with Avenue 100 and some of the folks from the Washington Post Interactive Group, as well as with Dennis, we've been able to grow that fan base to about 34,000 as of today, and we have incredibly aggressive numbers planned for the rest of the year.
We've learned a lot about engagement on Facebook. I think a lot of brands are approaching Facebook thinking that this is a place that we're just going to shift TV and general ad dollars, but Facebook is a place for engagement with your friends. And what we've noticed with Rosetta, where people want to learn languages, is that you need to have a multi-step engagement. So the middle step is to acquire a fan, and once you acquire them as a fan, you can then ask for permission to get their email, get them into a demo, and then from a demo to be able to drive a sale. So we're just starting to see some of those early results. The initial ad campaigns, I believe, were at $21 cost per fan to be able to drive one fan, and through ad optimization, through doing a whole slew of different things on the site with engagement, we've been able to, in our joint efforts, take that down to about just over $1 and change per fan.
Okay, can you give me any more information specifically on maybe how you laid out the plan and then what you found was working and how you kind of modify it as you went along?
So Facebook made a change recently where CPM advertising, if you had really great ads, you could actually end up getting a really low cost per click because you could take the risk out from Facebook because it's an eCPM auction. But they made a change where now if you bid CPC versus CPM, you actually get different inventory. And their ad scheduling and ad manager will actually prioritize different kinds of inventory that you can't select directly. They'll actually find different users that have higher CTR and give you those clicks, because if you're saying you want clicks, they'll give you the clicks. And that's a shift they made about 4 months ago. So one of them was shifting to CPC versus CPM advertising. Two, this is one of the largest things, was running inline likes. Facebook users want to stay on Facebook. Right? The amount of time users spend on Facebook is over 7 hours per month. That's greater than Google and Yahoo and YouTube and all those other sites combined. So if you send it to Facebook, you get the benefit of an inline like. So you can get inline liking, and maybe Eric, you want to talk about what you've seen there?
Sure. So the conversion rate of using inline likes as opposed to driving people to different web properties that we have is something that really helped us to transform the cost per fan and made it much more attractive for us as an organization to focus efforts on this growing medium, which is Facebook. We're starting to see some of the stats. In fact, at the conference here, I've seen one of the most interesting graphs is recently something that was published by Silicon Valley Insider. And if you look at the display market share that is coming from Facebook, it's basically hockey sticked up. So it's exploding in terms of the display dollars. I'm seeing that among my peers. When we walk around the floor here and we talk to other folks that run large programs, you hear it from them. I've sort of said to folks, it's kind of like a tsunami. If we're in a boat out at sea, no one really feels that tsunami wave traveling under the boat, but that tsunami actually passed most of us as marketers probably about 5 or 6 months ago. And what you really start to see now, especially in today's session, for instance, with Facebook marketing, is greater acknowledgement among all of the interactive marketers in the space that yes, search has been fantastic for quite some time. Certainly trying to leverage display media on some of the large ad networks, including the Google GCN or Google Display Network as they've rebranded it now. It's still fine, still very important, but there's tremendous opportunity if you do it well on Facebook with both targeted ads that are driving to your fan page as well as driving just typical display ad visitors and impressions to your actually .com domain structure. So we're actually doing both to encourage the building of our community. And we've also deployed several of the social widget factors available from Facebook on our Rosetta Stone pages. We expect to do more of that in the near future as well.
Now, I'm going to go to you, Dennis, because you know so much about Facebook. For companies that are trying to set up a page, what advice do you have for them?
The first thing about a page is that you have to have engagement. So what is it that's going to draw people to want to talk about it? You don't want to just put a sale or a coupon there, but maybe something interesting, a video, something humorous, some kind of engagement where they can share, maybe they can make a badge, maybe there's a quiz. There's all kinds of free apps out there. You can go to appbistro.com and see a selection of free and paid apps. So think of if you were to have a party, Vanessa, what might you do at your house? Well, you're going to lay out the place so that you have food and drinks to be a good host. But you also have to do a little bit of advertising. A lot of people look at this to say, well, the secret is you need to advertise. Well, you need to do some of that. Or the secret is you need to engage fans. Or the secret is you need to put the like buttons on your website and put all your multi-channel marketing together. Any of those things is true, but the thing that really makes a new page tip is when you've got the great content, you're driving traffic to it at the same time, and you're integrating with your other channels. And what we like to talk about with web trends is that combination being called ads, apps, and analytics. If you do, you've got a three-legged stool, what is the most important leg? You take any one of those legs out, the whole thing falls.
That makes perfect sense. What are the top 5 apps you would suggest that companies implement if starting a Facebook page?
Number 1 would be the Reveal tab. A Reveal tab is when it says click like to, or you'll see the ones that say it points up, and it says click like to become a fan, to get discounts, to watch a video, to find out about special offers. 2 is a reviews tab. If you're a local business, you want to take advantage of your existing brand, about all the people who already like you and love you. So for the PubCon page, I'd have just a list that's a mile long of video reviews of people saying, wow, this is awesome. Because think about Facebook, it's about your friends. It's about what they're saying. It's about word of mouth. So you definitely want to leverage reviews. Probably put in a video tab, which could also be a review tab. If you do e-commerce, you could iframe your product specials of the week. You might want to think about, if you're e-commerce also, you might do a coupons tab, or something where you could have social engagement where invite 5 friends and get free shipping. Also, if you are doing B2B lead gen, we'd recommend having some kind of voting or quizzing, right? So maybe for Rosetta Stone, we'd have an app that would say, answer the Spanish quiz. How well do you know Spanish? What are your top 3 foods in Italian? Which of these words represents hello? Right? And then they could share the fact that they scored an 85% with their friends and take advantage of the kinds of game dynamics. The real power across all of these apps, it's not which of the top 5 apps are necessarily, but how do you put the whole thing together into a cohesive strategy that is video game-like, with levels, points, unlocking, randomization, friending, collection, all of those kinds of elements.
Okay, well, thank both of you for your time, and enjoy Vegas.
Thank you.